Okay, Miss Torrance here. I'm back with lesson 71, level Q. This is part 2, okay? So, some words appear frequently in reading and writing. So, notice the tricky parts to learn them, okay? So, some tricky words and they're high frequency sight words, so you often have to just remember them, okay? Around, because, early, favorite, and second. So, what part of each word is tricky? So, what do you want to remember about each word? So, if you've worked with Miss Torrance during the year, we call this the unexpected spelling, the part that you have to remember, okay? Because it doesn't often follow spelling rules, okay? So, where would you break apart each syllable word into syllables? So what I want you to do is in your turn, take a word and dictate it to your partner, and then they're going to write it. Okay, so you're going to stop your video. Okay, you're going to take your word cards, you're going to read them to your partner, and then your partner needs to write it, and they need to break apart the word where it would where each syllable needs to be broke apart. Okay, like for instance, if you pull the word around, you have to say it around. They have to write it, okay, and then they have to break it apart. So you should have a scoop where A is, and then round is the next syllable. So A round, and then it's the next person's turn. Okay, so go ahead and do that now. Okay. So this story, let's see, where's my story? There we go. This story here, my favorite sport, basketball. Okay, so you have a new book today. The genre focus is this historical narrative written as a graphic text explains why and how the rules and equipment of basketball have changed. Some of the famous players who were responsible for these changes are included in the narrative. Okay, so you have a new book today about basketball. This is a graphic text titled Basketball Changing the Game by Michael Sandler. The illustrator is Cragen McLeod. So, there's also some other books that you may have read similar to this one. Okay, this series is the Sports for All series. Okay, so look at pages 2 and 3. In the graphic text, each picture is called a panel. You can see 2 panels on a page. So on page 2, oh, we got a girl playing basketball. You read them left to right, okay? So there are 4 panels on page 3. First, you read the panel on top. Then when you move to the bottom of the page, you read the panels from left to right. Okay, so you read this, then you read here, here. Okay, then you read the top, and then here, and then you read left to right. You read these here. Okay. Alrighty, so go ahead and look at page 7. There are 3 panels. Notice that there is print outside the panels and inside too. Those bubbles show you what the people are saying. Okay? So look at the 3 panels on the bottom of page 3. So go back. Okay? What can you tell from the panels? So just look at the panels. What do those mean? Right? Okay. So let's move on. Let's look at page 4 and 5. Okay, go ahead and turn there. Here the writer provides some information on James Naismith, the man who invented the game of basketball. People love basketball, but some changes had to be made in the rules. For each change, you will find the problem or reason of the change, and then you will read about the change or solution to the problem. For example, look at page 19. The game could be slow because a team could hold the ball forever without shooting. You will see the rule they made to speed up the game. Okay, go to page 27. Yeah, changing the woman's game. That's right. Okay, read the heading. What is the section about? We know, right? As you read, notice the problems in the game and the changes people made to solve them. Remember to read all the print outside and inside the panels. Okay? Go ahead and read this book from start to finish. And let's talk about your thinking when you're done. See you later. Well, actually, before you go, hold on, before you go. Okay, so, yeah, I'll just talk about this now. So as you read, it's been over 100 years since basketball was invented, and the game has changed a lot. So what do you think were the most important rule changes at the change that made the game much more fun? Okay, so after you read that, I want you to be able to talk about that. Okay, so go ahead and stop, take your headphones off, and read this book from start to finish. Okay, and I'll be back to discuss.